Hey, my name is Mike Coffey of Coffey Custom Builds. In this video, I want to show you how I use what I call my multi-jig. So I'm going to give you several dimensions on these things, but a lot of it is very arbitrary and you can easily make this for whatever needs you have. For my jig, I used 3/4 inch ultralight MDF and I cut it at 10 inches wide and 36 inches long. To cut the dovetail dado grooves, I use the Multi-Jig match fit dovetail bit that they provide, and it works great, especially in MDF. It's almost like the bit doesn't even know it's cutting anything. I set the bit to 3/8 of an inch. That is what the manufacturer recommends. In fact, you can get this little jig that you can use to set it up to the 3/8 height, but you only really need like a setup block or a tape measure would be just fine. I found that the spacing that I like to use on this is 4 inches. I try to keep these about 4 inches apart. The ones I use the most are the dovetail dados that are cut along the width of the board. The ones that I've cut along the length, they don't get used nearly as much and they probably don't need to be added into the board, but you can easily do that and there's no reason not to. The main thing I use this jig for is for tapers on legs. You can very quickly mark where you want the cuts to start and end. You just line them up on the board, clamp them down, and rip them down, and everything comes out perfect. One of the other things that I use this jig for is for jointing the edge faces on pieces of wood. Typically, it's on a piece of wood that is live edge and kind of short, and I don't really want to set up my track saw for it. This is a really quick solution for that. It's a very simple jig, has multiple functions, and that's why I call it the multi-jig. So I'd really like to hear how you use it down below in the comments, and I'd like to say thank you for watching.